Today's lesson, we are multiplying and dividing fractions. So here is where I think that a lot of you, like, your brain automatically wants to go. Multiplying fractions is where you just multiply straight across. Numerators straight across and denominators straight across. Let's get started. So all the steps for multiplying fractions are there. Don't use mixed numbers. So if you have a mixed number, you got to change it first. Cross simplify if possible. Let's kind of recap what cross simplify means. Okay, here's a cross simplify example. 2/6 times 3/8. Okay, write that down next to your where it says cross simplify. Cross simplifying and cross canceling are the same words. So does anybody remember cross? Yeah, what do I do?
You divide so each side on the 2 and 8.
I don't I divide 2 into 2 and 8. Yes. Okay, so it's now 2 goes into 2 and 2 goes into 8. I am reducing diagonally. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So now they become a 1 and a 4 because 2 goes into both of them. This only works diagonally. Okay? Diagonally, the others. How about 3 and 6? Tell me the process that happens with the 2 and the 6. Yeah. 3 goes into 6. So I cross out the 3 because 3 goes into 3 one time. And then I cross out the 6 because 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3, 6, 9. Because 3 goes into itself one time. And then 3 goes into 6 twice. So we're dividing here. That's the main goal. Okay. Now I can multiply straight across. 1 times 1 on top. 2 times 4 on the bottom, right? 1/8. If you forget to cross simplify or cross cancel, it's fine. You just multiply straight across and then you reduce it at the end. So step 3, multiply straight across, and we got our answer. Okay, did you write this down as put it in your example or just leave it where you got it? An example right here. Okay, that's good. Let's go down to dividing. Okay, so it's dividing. Let me show you something that you may not have seen before. 1/2 divided by, giant fraction bar, 3/5. Okay, now, this truly is a fraction divided by a fraction. But us as math people, we don't like the way that looks. It's not easy to work with. So we don't leave it in that format, okay? The format that we need to do is we need to get rid of that denominator and change it. So right now I've got this 3/5 that I'm focused on. How do I get rid of a fraction? Like, what do I do to this 3/5 to make it like 1/1? And then it can just disappear. Does anyone know? Yeah?
Don't you divide 3 divided by 5?
I'm not going to want to divide anything. I'm going to want to cancel out 3/5. Oh. Switch it. There's a word reciprocal. Yes. So here's what you're going to do. To get rid of 3/5, you multiply by its reciprocal. The fraction flipped. 5/3. Okay, so just like yesterday, you know, when I multiplied the top by a number and I multiplied the bottom by a number, whatever I multiply the bottom by, I also have to multiply the top by. This, look, denominator. 3/5 times 5/3 right here. Let's cross simplify it. 3 and 3 are diagonal. They go into each other one time. See how I put 1s by it because they're both 3s? And then the 5's diagonal. 5 goes into 5 one time. The denominator is now 1 over 1, which is like 1. So now all I have to worry about is 1/2 times 5/3. My division problem just became now a multiplication problem. Please notice in your steps, step 2, switch the second fraction. After you flip, it becomes a multiplication problem. This example in red is step 2 and 3, okay? Now, what is 1 times 5? Multiply straight across. 2 times 3? 6. Okay? You will never write out the problems like the reds are. Okay? But this is what you will do. 1/2 divided by 3/5. That's what you will write. And this is the way you will see it in your math worksheets and assignments. So here's what you do. Just like I showed you with the red. Oops. I guess I just erased all that. Here we go. 1/2 divided by 3/5. Why change it to 1/2 times? Switch the second. Flip the second. And then multiply straight across. Okay? 5/6. Now, I don't know that you've ever seen it, but the reason why I multiply and switch the second is this right here. This right here that I just showed you is the reasoning, the mathematical reasoning behind why you just switch the second. I bet you've had teachers that have said to you, just flip the second fraction, just turn it over, and just remember that. But did they ever go through the why? So, second fraction is the one that gets flipped, and then you multiply straight across. Let's practice. Real quick, I've got a mixed number, and I need to change it to an improper fraction. How do I do it? Yeah. 3 times 5. 3 times 5 plus, right? 15 plus 3. 18/5. Easy. Done. Okay, I'm moving on. Improper to mixed. Here I divide. So it's always, how many times does 6... How many times does this 6 go into 17? It goes in, like you would have to do it on the side of your paper like that. Okay, 6, 12, 18. It really only goes in 2. That's 12. What's my remainder? So I'm going to use this 5, this 2, and this 6. It goes in 2 whole times with 5 left over. That's my numerator. And the original denominator that we started with, 6. All right. Let's get into the problems. Multiply or divide the following. Okay. Multiply. You multiply straight across. That's it. Easy. I got a negative times a negative. Is my answer, my final answer, going to be positive answer or negative answer? Positive. Negative times a negative. Positive. Good. Okay. What's numerators? 2 times 4? 8. 7 times 3? And you're done. Multiplying is the easiest of all three. Number 2. Ooh, how do I change negative 7 into a fraction so I can multiply straight across? Yeah. Put 1 under it. Exactly right. On top, I got negative 7 times 3.
21.
Good. Oh, negative 21. I like that better. Denominators, 1 times 4. 4. Good. Let's check out number 3. Multiply straight across. 3 times negative 1. Negative 3. always put the negative signs with the numerators. Always put the negative signs with the numerators. Denominator, 2 times 4. 8. Okay. Number 4. Ooh, can't keep them as mixed numbers. Change them now to improper fractions. 2 times 5 plus 3. 2 times 5. 10 plus 3. So it's 13 over 5, and it was a negative to start. We got to keep the negative. Times 1 times 9 plus 4. 1 times 9 plus 4. 13 over 9. A negative 13 times a positive 13 on top. I'll tell you. I doubt you know your 13s by heart. Negative 169. And then on the bottom, 5 times 9. 45. Good. All right, 5 and 6. Division. What happens with the big deal on division is I do what to the second fraction? Hello? Anybody? Flip it. Thank you so much. 5 over 6, flip it. And then it becomes a multiplication problem. So flip and multiply.
Is it still negative?
It is still a negative 6/5. Okay, on top, negative, ooh. Can I cross cancel?
Yeah.
Do it. 6 goes into 6 one time. 5 goes into 5 one time. Negative 1 times positive 1. Negative 1. Number 6. 2 over 1. Change it. Instead of 9/8, what do I write? 8, negative 8/9. Multiply straight across. 2 times negative 8.
16.
And it's a negative 16. 1 times 9. 9. You think those simplify, 16 to 9. You're like, oh, 3 goes into it, but 3 doesn't go into 16. Bummer. Ooh, number 7. It's mixed numbers. Change it so that it becomes improper fractions. 2 times 8 plus 7. 16 plus 7. Oh, you're right. 23. Awesome. Over 8. Divided by 5 times 2 plus 1. 11 over 2. Now, second fraction. Switch the second fraction. All right. Can I cross simplify anything?
No. Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do the 2 and the 8. 2 and 8. How many times does 2 go into itself? 2 go into 2. How many times does 2 go into 8? Good. Now my math problem is 23 times 1 over 4 times 11. 23 times 1. 4 times 11. Good. Last one, number 8. Switch the second fraction. Flip, so it's negative 2/3. And multiply straight across. 1 times negative 2. 7 times 3. Awesome, everything looks perfect. Here is 1 through 4, okay? So turn it, this is your beginning of your classwork. You're multiplying straight across. Product. multiply. The back side, 11 through 20, is your homework. Okay? So for example, number 1 is going to be negative 3 over 14. Multiply straight across.
Wait, wouldn't it be?
No, you put the negative sign with the numerator.
Okay.
Negative with numerator. Negative sign with numerator.